scam. It has done something that was unthinkable in the media world. Dog eats dogs has never been a reality with the media. Today, there is open name calling. A number of journalist friends believe this was long overdue. The journalists were divided along the political lines. To a large extent, they are right. However, on a closer look, I feel the rot has been much deeper. It is not just limited to political reporters. It is not limited to one particular segment of media calling names to the other segment of media. It has largely to do with the business model of the media. Real estate media, where the crisis of credibility has been at its zenith, there's always this question mark. The real estate media has always tried to create a false narrative that all is well. I know when I pick up issues like this, I get more hate mails than fan mails. However, the issue today is, why is this happening? Real estate media has been incentivized to help the builders and not the buyers. That's a reality which we all have to accept. Even when the buyers don't trust us, even when the buyers question us, who cares? After all, media has not been vulnerable to public perception because public don't pay us. And who is paying us? The vested interests? In the case of real estate media, the builders? In any given business, the business revolves around making the client happy, the client who foots the bill. Real estate media is no exception. You call it unfair business practice? Well, beyond the fact that it's unfair business practice, I find another problematic area. It's a lose-lose business proposition for both the builders as well as the buyers. After all, you can't do good PR with a bad business model. That is just not sustainable. Had it been a successful model, we would not have been witness to rising inventory and liquidity crisis of the developers. Media reputation, or rather lack of it, is a result of this lopsided business model. Most of the media houses do understand that it's easier to make money from builders. Buyers don't pay. They don't want to pay. Even with the life's costliest purchase with house, they don't want to pay for even due diligence. What is the way out? Now that we all understand there is a crisis of credibility, we all understand that the business model of media is collapsing. What is the way out? Can there be an alternative business model? Well, globally, the business model of media normally is 60% revenue comes from subscription and 40% comes from advertising. In India, most of the media houses are completely dependent on advertising revenue. When it comes to alternative business model, we have the first movers advantage with track to realty, where we experimented with this subscription based business model, and today 80% of our revenue comes from subscription and only 20% revenue comes from advertising. This gives us some leverage to raise a kind of issues that I'm raising today, to rake up controversies, to question on behalf of the buyers, to have some sort of trust and authority. Can this be a predominant reality? Can most of the media houses change their business model to move to more subscription based than advertising based? It's time for paradigm shift. Paradigm shift in the mindset of both the uh, media houses as well as the builders. I interact with a number of developers and I question their marketing spend. The predominant mindset is that they want quick fix results. So it's much easier to spend some 25, 30, 40 lakhs rupees on the cover jacket of a leading English daily, get 500 phone calls, and get 5 or 7 conversions. They think that is their ROI. In my opinion, that is a fast food media consumption. It is not giving you any credibility. It is just a quick fix solution. Problem with the developers is how do they calculate their ROI? Of course, spending at one platform which has a large circulation and getting some sales inquiries leading to conversion is the easiest ROI calculation method. Has it worked? Well, to some extent it has worked, but in the wake of coronavirus hit economy, where you have a stress on your marketing spend, I think it's not going to work anymore. The developers need to have paradigm shift in their mindset. The real estate media also needs to shift from their existing business model. Unfortunately, both the parties are still focused on short-term gains that has led them to some long-term pains. Will that change? I have my questions. I have my own set of questions and I have my fingers crossed.